we're still indie pitching. But we're not on fire. It looks like we could be on fire.
Not
now
yet.
with the fire helmet. I think this is going to be a bit of a clue about next game.
Yes.
Now with the helmet, can you introduce yourself? Tell us about your game.
My name is Latif Martin, the creative director and co-founder of Miscellaneum Studios. Okay. We're a 5-person team based out of Montreal, and we are a transmedia company. We plan not only to do video games, but graphic novels, animation, and music. Our first project
ambitious.
Yeah, well, I don't want to limit our IPs to just one media. I want to be able to tell a story in different ways. And our first project is called the Firemasters. It's a blazing 3D platformer about firefighters on a colonized Mars.
You practice that, a blazing 3D platformer?
Blazing 3D platformer. So it's a 3D game. You you have a 4-person team. You play one of each. You can change them on the fly. They all have different abilities. So there's an agile class, a heavy class, and a tech class. You start out basically fighting fires, saving people's lives, and fighting energy-based creatures.
Energy-based creatures?
Energy-based creatures.
So
fire-based.
It's like Ghostbusters for fire.
Well, basically,
is that true?
Yeah, Ghostbusters was a huge influence. A lot of stuff in the 80s was a huge influence. A lot of games that came out today are also a big influence. Everything from Infinity Blade to Space Ace. If you're old enough to remember Space Ace, kudos.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely. So yeah, and Ghostbusters started more cartoons. So our game is a freemium game, free to play. We're launching on iOS and eventually Android and maybe even Ouya. Our target market is mid-core players, 12 to 40. We monetize through consumables as well as weapons, upgrades, characters that will come with levels and a side story. You can go back to older levels and unlock content other characters couldn't. And all this is integrated with an online comic book that will give you a little insight into the world of the Firemasters. Now,
and when can we expect to play this?
We expect to play this game end of July, around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a 6-month window to make our game. Yeah. We're about 7 weeks in right now.
Okay, so early.
So yeah,
and when does the transmedia bit come in?
The transmedia, well, it starts with the online comic on our website.
I missed that.
Yeah, we're going to have 4 comics that introduce the characters right before the first level of the game. And when you start playing the game, you get a better sense of what things are like, who the characters are. So you're not just playing an avatar, you're playing a guy who has constipation and hasn't paid his rent and his girlfriend's mad at him.
A fireman with constipation, you're really selling this.
Yeah, so I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you a little bit of the game here. So swipe controls, very much like the Mirror's Edge version on iOS. So you swipe up to jump, you slide down to, you swipe down to slide. You tap on no enemies right now, but you tap on your enemies to shoot.
You say this is it's like a tech demo almost.
Yes, and this is the agile class character. She does a lot of parkour moves like wall runs. He runs fast. If you swipe in the same direction, he does a dash. You swipe on the wall, he does a wall run. And this is a very dynamic game. It's all done in 3D, so you can do stuff with dynamic camera changes and angles. So we can do top view, side view, first person view. And you'll be saving people, putting out fires.
There's no fire yet, though.
No fires just yet.
Not introduced fire into the game yet.
But soon. We'll get there soon. So there it is.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.